Hi, my name is Nicole, and this is the CK Diary Podcast. I hope you guys have had a great week. Today is Tuesday, August 27th, and it is like 1:45-ish, I think, maybe 2 o'clock. I do not have tea today, but I do have an iced coffee. I use the Starbucks iced coffee, I think I use the medium roast with no added anything, and then I use half and half and maple syrup in it, and it's really good. So today I don't have any finished objects to show you, but I do have some whips and a few other things to chat with you about. The first thing I'm gonna talk to you guys about today is my husband's sweater that I'm making. I am doing the wafer sweater by Liv Olvin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it is a really beautiful sweater. I'll put a picture of what the finished sweater should look like. One of her pictures that she has on her project page. This is what I have so far. I haven't done a whole lot of work on it. I haven't done a whole lot of work because I was supposed to use 24-inch circulars, which I have my Knit Picks interchangeable circulars. And I was using these, and I don't know. I did a gauge swatch, and my gauge swatch was right on the money. It was a 10 centimeter square with what the stitches cast on were supposed to be and the amount of rows I was supposed to knit. It was on the money. But I feel like this looks small, and I know it's gonna block out, but is it going to block out enough? I am not sure. And when I was using the 24-inch circulars that it called for, I got maybe 5 rows knit, and it was so tight on my needles, it was hurting my hands. And the 24-inch circulars just did not work for me. So I'm wondering if maybe it was supposed to be a tight squeeze, or if maybe it was if my gauge is just too tight. I don't know. But either way, I ordered some DPNs, and I've been using those. And this is only the second project I've ever used DPNs on, and I'm a little bit slow rolling with them. It's taken a little while for my hands to adjust. And then also my hands, whenever I don't know, it's usually during the winter, but sometimes whenever I go on cleaning kicks, which I've had, like last week maybe, I had a little cleaning kick, and whenever I use water and soap too much on my hands will start to break out, like just get dry and not break out, that wasn't the right word, but they'll get really, really dry. And this is actually this is the best they've looked. And I don't know if you can see how dry they are, but this is the best they've looked in probably 2 weeks. And my hands are still just recovering from that cleaning day a couple weeks ago. But for some reason, using the DPNs has really been hurting my hands at the end of the day. So I've been working a lot on my June top, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So for my husband's sweater, I am working the same needles that they have listed in the pattern. It's 3.5 millimeters for the ribbing, for the neck ribbing, the bottom ribbing, and then the ribbing on the sleeves. And I believe it's 4.5 millimeter for the rest of the sweater. I'll have to go double check that, but I'll put all of the information for that sweater down below. The next project that I'm working on is my June top by Petite Knit. I'm having so much fun working on this. It's just stockinette in the round forever and ever and ever. And it's just been a fun, kind of mindless knit. So pretty. I'm using Malabrigo sock yarn in the colorway Aladdin. That's the purpley, the maroon color. And then I am using the classic sock yarn by Polka Dot Creek in their natural colorway. It's undyed. And I'm holding them double, and I'm just working stockinette in the round right now. Let's see, I'm using 4 millimeter, 32-inch circulars, and I have absolutely loved this. I worked on this a lot at church the other day when we were sitting in service. I was just, you get like an hour and a half to just knit, and got a lot of it worked up. It looks nice. My husband's sweater is my main priority right now, but for things like that where I'm just like sitting and want some mindless knitting, this is what I will pick up. And then I've been working on it at night when my hands hurt too much to use the DPNs. All right, let's see. The other thing that I worked on these last weekend a little bit, not a whole lot, didn't get much done. It is my second coffee break sock. This pattern is by Knit on Designs, and I'm using my Birch Grove yarn that my husband surprised me with. It's their sock yarn, and it's in the colorway Solstice. Do I not have the full sock? Oh, I do. Right here. This is what the completed sock looks like, and I'm just working on the second one. Let me stick my hand inside the sock to show you the pretty texture on the front. I really love these. It's a lot of fun. And I am, I think, like 6 rounds into the cuff. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 rounds into the cuff. And I have 4 rounds to go on that, and then I will get into the pattern of the sock. But right now, like I said, my husband's sweater is my main priority. I really want to finish that and get that off the needles. Hopefully, I will have a significant amount of that done by next week's podcast. So last week, I talked about how I had a bad headache on the day that I normally record. And so I ended up not being able to record until Thursday, and then I didn't post it until Friday. So that's why I don't really have a whole lot done. It's been 4 days since I recorded last. So hopefully next week's podcast will be a little bit fuller. I wanted to talk about some acquisitions I got this week. I only got 2. Let's see, this is the first one. I'm gonna skip ahead to after opening this because it'll be loud. This is the first one I want to share with you. This is the Gilmore Girls collection by Fangirl Fibers. I got her sock yarn, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It is fingering weight, 400 yards, 365 meters, 100 grams, and the colorway is Oi with the poodles already. I just think this is so pretty. This is she's one of the collaborators with Leah Gibson for the Knit People Knit Cow. Me and my friend Katie, we made bags for it. And then Fangirl Fibers and Yarnaceous Fibers, I believe is the name. They both dyed yarn. So good, so cute. And I couldn't resist this colorway. You guys can see she has the little Gilmore Girls pattern on her, whatever this is called, the yarn label. And then in this yarn, it looks like it's like mainly a pinkish purple color, but then it has these really beautiful dark greens and minty greens and some little speckles in there that you can see. I'm really excited to see how this works up. I don't know what I'll use it for yet. I have found that I'm kind of over knitting socks right now. When I first started knitting, I made a couple of things before I started knitting socks, but socks were one of the first things that I started knitting. And I was like, wow, I love knitting socks. And then after I knit the boys' sweaters, I was like, oh no, I just love knitting and I really enjoy making garments. So you'll probably see less socks here, at least for a little while, because I've really been enjoying making sweaters and tops. All right, and my other acquisition, nothing too special or fancy. Just wanted to share some needles that I just got. This is for my husband's sweater. Again, I have the 24-inch circulars, but since the 24-inch circulars didn't work for the neck ribbing, I assume that it won't work for the, like, just coming out of the neck whenever I start the sweater. So I got 16-inch. Let's see, this will tell us what, yep, 4.5 millimeters. So I was right. There's the confirmation. But I'm excited for that. I love Chalgu. They're my favorite needles. For the straights, for my straight needles that I've been using, I either use Chalgu or Knitter's Pride Zings, or the Knitter's Pride Zings are the pink ones. Those are very nice as well. I quite like those. They're a little bit heavier, but I don't mind the weight. It's actually kind of nice. All right, and let's see, that is it for acquisitions. So now we'll hop into some life things, and that is probably what I am most excited to talk to you about this week. So I thought I'd share with you guys some things that have been going on in my life. I'll start with the gym. So I told you guys a few weeks back that I joined a gym, and I've been going for, I think this week is like my 4th or 5th week. And my neighbor started going with me, which has been really fun. It's nice having a familiar face in there. It's been really great. I've really enjoyed it. It's nice getting out of the house for a little bit. You know, I stay at home with my boys and my husband works from home, so we're home a lot. It's nice getting out of the house, and it's nice moving my body and meeting new people. The other thing I wanted to share with you is that I made a little, this isn't like my official list, this is just kind of a rough draft. I'd like to do something maybe on my laptop. I'm a big notes person, like I love handwriting things, but I know for the sake of organization, it would probably help me to have an online file of this kind of thing. But I'm gonna start keeping a circular needle catalog because I tend to leave needles in bags, or my kids will take them and hide them around the house or whatever it is. And the other day I ordered a set of needles that I already had, and I didn't need a second set of them. So I was like, I really need to start keeping a catalog of what needles I have so that I don't make that mistake again. It doesn't hurt. It was, let me see. It was 4mm, 16-inch circulars. I'll probably use those again. I am sure I can, or use them for more than one project at some point in the future, because I could use those for blankets or a hat or whatever it is. So I'm sure I will get use out of both of them at some point together. But right now, with the projects that I'm working on, I didn't need 2 of those. So I just don't want to be wasteful or spend more money than I need to spend on stuff that I already have. So I'm gonna try to keep better track of my needles. Let's see, my other life thing. So I've been talking to you guys for the last couple of weeks about a collaboration that I'm doing with Stitchin with Yarn, Christy from Stitching with Yarn. And we shared our bags on our, well, I shared my bag, she shared her yarn. We shared them on our Instagrams was it last week? It was on Saturday. But just in case you guys didn't see that, if you're not over on Instagram or just haven't seen it yet, this is the bag that I made for that. This is the midi bag. I will have a few midi bags available, and then I'll have more of the sock size bags available. And let me go grab the yarn that she dyed to go with this. All right, so I took it out of the label just so it was a little bit easier for me to show you, but this is her label. And this is the Autumn Melody sock set. Each of the minis weigh 20 grams and are 87 yards. And the full skein is 437 yards and 100 grams. And it is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And I just think this is so pretty. I love the green that she put in there. And I think the black, I always love a black mini in a sock set. I love it. So let me show it to you with the bag. With the bag and the sock set together. Oh, and this orange is just absolutely gorgeous. This is probably my favorite orange yarn that I've ever gotten. It's a very pretty orange. But let me just hold it up with just the main skein. But they just go together so good. And I love that she put so much of the green. I love the green on this bag, and there's not a whole lot of it. So I love that she really included it in the sock set because it is such a pretty green color. But they look so nice together. And then look at that. How perfect is that? That is so pretty. All right. And then the last thing I have to share with you guys. Oh, well, let me tell you, this will be available on September 7th. I don't think we've picked an exact time for release yet. So as soon as I find that out, I will let you guys know over on Instagram, and I'll talk about it in my podcast next week. But I am so excited to get that out to you guys. The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, I am so super excited about. Kettle and Hearth Fibers reached out to me on Instagram and asked if I wanted to be an affiliate. So they gave me an affiliate link, and I will have that link down below. I'll scroll through I'll put it right here, and I'll scroll through their website and show you their yarn. I want to talk about some of my favorite colors they have in their shop right now. They have one called Nutmeg Spice, toasted marshmallow, chocolate brownie, and wood. I feel like they have all of those beautiful caramelly browns that I've been talking about, and the nutmeg spice is the caramelly browns and it has some pinks in it. So pretty. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm an affiliate partner with them now. And if you would like to purchase their yarn, you could use my link and help support me at no extra cost to you. I know I said that was my last thing, but I forgot to tell you guys one more thing that I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share this last week, but it slipped my mind then too. I got new cards for my Etsy orders. I had a few friends give me some critiques and advice, and my husband helped me a lot. Some things I listened to, some things I didn't, but I think I got a card that I quite like. I just wanted to share that with you because I thought they were fun and I thought they turned out really good. But I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope it is filled with relaxing and making, and I will see you guys here next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.